couple people said, why aren't you exercising? No, I just had to flip it. I had to flip it. All right, it's Friday night, so in the hood, things are different. This is a house party going on. See, right here with the music, see? Barbecuing. See that? So we got good music playing. My kind of music, my kind of stuff. You know, I don't know if I can see how's everybody doing this afternoon? Yeah, I had Granny on, and he's got to do his regular show tonight, so I could have done a stream earlier, but I want to keep it at the 2 o'clock for now. Now I don't got my wife. She's at the laundry, man. She's doing all the laundry. I usually help her, but she wants me to do my walk, and I want to stay true to my walk. So I'm going to actually Ybor City. So I made it through there. She'd have killed me if she saw me walk across the traffic like that. So we are going to actually see Ybor City. I'm excited, man. Day 5. And I'm getting energy. And the more I hydrate my body, and the more vegetables and fruit and the good food I eat, and my nutrients back, I'm feeling, you know, I ain't seeing the weight loss yet, but it'll start coming off second or third week, as long as I stay to the regimen. How's everybody again? I think I asked that 15 times already. Yeah, the interview with Granny went well. I don't think he was too interested in, you know, we're two different people, but, you know, I wanted to have him on, and I just think he's kind of like me. He's explosive. He'll tell people off, tell them, you know, he's like that. He's like kind of a lot like I am. He'll tell anybody off, and you know, I heard a rumor that they were asking him for my link. They were going to porn bomb my show and get me striked, and he said they did ask. You know, he was a gentleman about it and told me before we went on, so I really respected that. He said they did ask him, and he told me he wasn't going to do it. So, you know, so that goes to show you guys. I would, Quadfather might hate me, and we got our differences, but I would never go maliciously try to hurt his channel. And he wanted to take me down, man. And why? For 2 reasons. He's only jealous because he don't want me to have the success I've been having. He's jealous of that, and I would never wish him any bad could do at his stream. You can talk about me all you want, but I just thought that was, you know, I found out last night. Like I said, when I did my stream last night, when I told you guys I got the intel about they were setting the plan against me. But, you know, it's cool. He was a gentleman, and he said, yeah, they did ask, you know, and I appreciate that. So I just want to let you know we survived it. So I was on my guard. I was, you know, felt good because he told me, but I don't know everybody, but he was a gentleman, and I thought it was a great show with Granny, and I enjoyed having him on. So I think he's cool with all his costumes. So enough of that talk. Let's get back to what we're out here doing. All right, let me see if I can read some of the chat. The sun's gonna go down. What time is it? It's almost 5 o'clock. Or 4 o'clock, right? It's almost 4 o'clock. We're definitely gonna hit Ybor City today. We're gonna show you some of the clubs and the restaurants. And I started this stream what time? About 4 minutes ago, something like that. Yeah, 5 minutes ago. Let me see what we got in the chat room. So hey, we hit 170 in our members. So I got a few members. I think I got 4 or 5 more in the stream. The little 58 minutes I did. We picked up another 4 or 5. We're at 170. Man, look at these old cars, man. Who appreciates old cars? Look at that shit, man. Look at this. Look at them. There's an old. I think it's an old Beamer. No Mercedes. Look at this. Look at that Chevy, man. Look at that Chevrolet. The big old boat. Look at that. Huh? Badass. Look at that. Huh? Look at that old car back there. Look at that Lincoln. Look at that, man. Malibu's. This is a guy who restores old cars. Man, he's got every body back there, man. That's what I like. I miss that stuff. I'm a big car buff. So they're building. Now you can tell we're getting close to Ybor City because the buildings are all coming newer. See, nice building over there, brand new. We're getting the bridge is all done nice. That's a toll road. You know, getting some gang up there. You know, but there's a sound plate. Oh, there's a recording studio right there. I think right there. Looks like a bunch of gangbangers up there. Oh, here's another guy with old cars. Man, look at these old cars, man. Look at that. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. That's a recording studio. Oh, I smoke a weed over there. I can smell like a motherfucker. Shoot, I gotta watch my language. Man, that weed. And I never smoked weed. That's a recording studio. Yeah, so it's called Frantico Sound. So they must be rappers. Must be to record this video. So yeah, this is the bridge. Here's my take when they do bridges and underpasses like this. This is a perfect place to make tent city for the homeless. Now here's something that can be done very inexpensive. You put a bunch of porta potties out here. They do it in Clearwater. They do it right like a bridge like this. You see all this, and in St. Pete they make parking lots. They turned all underneath the parking lots for the Rays games and for the nightlife parking. You just you do the app. So they got all this stuff. They can make tent city here, concrete that floor, put porta potties up, and because the governor is getting ready to pass a bill, no homeless people could be in the public eye. Immediately jail now. See, the rule is here. You can't get them for trespassing during the day, the homeless. If like I live in a commercial property. Above is the private 4 apartments. But downstairs is businesses. So that's considered commercial zone. So if every business was functional, they were at one time, the pandemic knocked out the restaurant, the pandemic knocked, from what I heard from the landlord, knocked out the grocery store, the hair salon. She went to a bigger place, and then there's a guy just opened up last week. He's got he sells refurbished stoves, refrigerators, stuff like that. Really nice. They remodeled it real nice. He's in the front, and then they got where there used to be like an inside car place. That was set on fire a couple years ago by a bum. He got mad because someone stole his crack. This is what the landlord told me now. I wasn't here. It was right before I came here. I've been here almost 2 years. So I moved in this apartment June of 22. So I'm still about 5 months away from 2 years. So, and the landlord told me that because why all the business closed. And he told me, well, the restaurant closed in the pandemic. They lost business. The store couldn't make it. Mattress guy left, and I had a car lot here. So he remodeled the front real nice, and the guy put the appliances store there. The grocery store is still sitting empty, nasty looking in there. The restaurant, oh my God. He told me a story. I don't know. I said, man, oh man. He goes, the guy got behind in the pandemic for the restaurant. It was a great little breakfast spot, a little dive place, man. You look inside, it was nothing. If you want a good home cooked breakfast that's going to be nice greasy bacon, you're gonna get your big old breakfast for $4.99, $5.99. Yeah, big old pan of potatoes. Yeah, those are the best places to go. But it was nasty inside. So the guy just bolted. He owed like 8 months rent or something. And in the middle of the night, he just packed up his restaurant, took whatever equipment he got out of there, left all the food out. The landlord said he didn't know that for a few days. And someone was complaining that they smelled rot. And I guess it was all the food that was left out. And they went in there was 95 big rats that big. He said at least 95. He said he laid 100 traps, came back the next day, 87 were killed. Rats about, I'm talking, here's one hand, there, and that big. I mean, that's how big they were. And he said it was infested with rats. I'm like, holy shit. I said, well, so my question to him was, they don't make it upstairs, do they? He goes, nah, you guys are pretty safe and solid up there. We remodeled all that. It's nice up there. I said, okay. Because I go, what were these always apartments, or did they just come with like the business? He's not. It was always this extra income, man. He goes, I manage everything here. There's two guys that actually own the property. He goes, I own other properties with them in other places, he said. I go, so where they at? All the bad areas. I go, so you guys go out, and you buy cheap properties. Let's say he'll buy a cracked out building where a lot of crack was sold. That's what he does. They cheaply remodel them, and they rent them out, and they run off the attic. So that's what he does. That's the business he's in. But he's a nice guy. He's very reasonable on the rent, and they're trying to sell everything. $2.5 million is up for the whole thing. It's worth a lot of money. But so yeah. Anyhow, so the hair salon lady, she went to a bigger place. She does a lot of business. She's a nice lady. So it's cool. But the bum got mad one day because one of the other bums stole his crack. So he lit his mattress on fire while he was sleeping. He waited, and I don't know if the guy got burnt up but it caught the building and burnt that part of it. And I'm like, man, these motherfuckers are crazy over here. When you got bums fighting over spots and stealing, you got problems, man. It's like those hobos that hop the trains that go cross country. You know what I'm saying? We're doing good though. We're getting close to Ybor. I can see it. Let me see if I can see anything what's going on in the chat. Put my glasses on. A lot of undeveloped area here, see? Available. Here's a building I guess they worked on. I don't know what this is. Looks like a heating cooling company. Here's a old plant back there. Ybor City used to be... Ybor City still has the brick streets. I believe they still have them. Now here comes a motorcycle shop. This guy works only on Harleys, mostly Harleys. He said he's the best mechanic in the area. That's not a Harley dealership. Of course, you know Harley, everything's 10 times more in a part. I went one day, I needed a bolt for my Harley. So I went to the Harley and I drove over to I needed a bolt for the battery went into a battery box that bolted into the frame. There's 2 bolts. Well, one of the bolts, when I was putting a new box in, I don't know where it went, man. I lost it, couldn't find it. I searched, never found it. So I go, all right, Harley's not that far. It's 1 bolt. I go in there, $27 for 1 bolt. It was one of the bolts that you couldn't use an aftermarket one. It wouldn't work. So I got nailed for $27 for 1 bolt. That's the first and last time anybody ever took me for a ride like that. So this is it, the Ride Factory. They say this guy's the best mechanic in Florida. And he's the Ybor City Harley guy. So we're getting into the big money properties now. So let me see. Put my glasses on. What do we got here? Bowers, who's that? I'm trying to see. Wow, I can't even see that. I gotta get out of the sun. Please go down, son. It says Bowers should take on Joey as a mentor. You want me to mentor him? Is that what you're saying? He lives in war zone and he's not afraid to walk until. No, boy, talking about me. I'm not afraid of that. Let me tell you something. I'll walk out here 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't give a shit. Let me tell you something. They gonna have to rob me. I don't carry much cash no more. But they gonna have to kill me. I'm not gonna just get gun to my head. I'm not gonna give it up. They'll have to shoot. I'm dead serious. I'll stream it. If that ever happened, I'll stream it live. Well, I'll tell them. I'll show you. I'll put the gun to my head. Come on here. You know how? I'll ask them. You ever kill a man? Come on. Come closer. Put the gun right here. Pull the trigger. That's how crazy I am. That's a fact. You always can tell when a guy pulls a gun if he's going to shoot you. If he don't shoot you in the first 3 seconds, he's probably not going to shoot you. But you got to risk that he gets nervous and then you try to get the gun and it goes off and kills you or him. That's the problem. But if a guy pulls a gun, at least the guys I knew, they didn't pull it to just wave it. They pulled it and shot you. So the rule of thumb is 3 seconds they ain't killing you, they're just talking, trying to scare you. Nice motor 3-wheeler. So yeah, we're almost. You guys can see sun there. We're getting close. I'll be able to. Let's see how many minutes we're in. Oh yeah, we'll be able to walk around Ybor City a little bit. So who's this Bowers guy? Is he a podcaster? He's not the dab over there. Who we got here? We got man, guys. I wish I could see this. That's why I wish but she had to do laundry. She says it don't make sense if I walk with you, I get to be how well done with the laundry. I said, you're right, honey. You know, it makes sense. She goes, you go do your walk, and I'll get the laundry. I said, all right, that makes sense. She said, then we can go home and you can take your nap like you want. I said, yeah, I do want to take a nap. I got up early. I had blood work this morning. I got up at 3 o'clock, right before 3. I went on the air this morning for a little bit. Took about an hour nap, left the house, went to get my blood work. The place was packed. Went to one of those LabCorp places. Frickin' packed, man. You know, even when you got an appointment, they never on time. You walk in there's 100 people already there, you know. But I still got, it wasn't too bad. A couple hour wait, but got that done. So he'll call me. If there's any problem, they'll alert me right away. It downloads into my portal now. They do everything. They download it all right in the portal. You had the results. You don't even have to, like you used to, the doctor call you. If there's something wrong, come on in. Now he just, if there's no problems, they put it in there and they're easy to read, you know. I mean, I don't know all the technical, but I know what I know that needs to be right. So here's a little market. There's always usually a bunch of bums out here hustling. This guy, I went in there one day. I walked to the post office about 8 months ago. Stopped in there. I forgot what I was getting. And it was like $5 where normally I would get it for, I was getting a gallon of milk. And I go to Walmart and get like $2.88. But I'm like, I'm here, I'll carry it home. And like more than like a $5.75 plus tag. I'm like, pull it up. You ain't sticking me up. Now here's a building I guess they're gonna remodel. This is all prime property. You can see the street lamps. We are definitely hitting Ybor City. Right when we crossed in here, here's the sidewalks. There's the brick. But that's the new type of brick. I'm talking about the streets in Ybor are the old bricks from the 1900s. So I may sit down for 2 5-minute break because I got kind of hyped up on that, doing that podcast before my walk. So I'm still, my adrenaline's still going from, I was, not 100% sure that they were going to try something. So my adrenaline was up a little bit. So I'm probably going to stop up here and sit at the bench for 5 minutes, read some chats, talk with you. I'll do 5-minute break, and then I'll continue, and I'll hit 1 5-minute break on that side because I'm just got to bring myself down a little bit because I worked myself up a little bit. I should have probably waited an hour or two before I walked, but I'm all right. I'll be all right. I'm just a little lightheaded right now, so actually I'm gonna sit down right here. The sun is beating on my head. I think that's what. Yeah, I don't want to sit there. I'm gonna go. Let me sit in this bench here. Yeah, I'm a little very lightheaded right now. I know I know when my blood pressure's up. Whew. I got really dizzy there for a minute. Oh, man, my head's spinning. I could tell because my face is getting flush. Yeah, my heart is racing pretty good right now because I let my blood pressure go up during that last stream. I tried to maintain. I had fun. I was laughing. I laughed a lot. I just can't help it, man. I'm not well enough to let myself get too excited right now. I just can't. And my doctor told me, he says, you promised me that I'm going to drink some water. And I promised him I wouldn't overdo it, so I'm allowed to do this. It sucks being sick, man. I don't got my wife here, and I ain't gonna lie. I thought about if I died. I thought about if death was near. A lot more than I probably let on to her. I don't want to upset her, 'cause I don't know what she'll do. I don't want her to be lonely, and I don't want to die. But this time around, I definitely visioned it a little bit more than I have, And this wasn't even as bad as the one a couple of years before, the one before prison, when I was in the hospital for about a little longer than I was this time. And they did everything. Back then, they said I was 20% blocked, and insurance would not do anything to put a stent in unless I was 45% blocked or more. That any insurance. And I got top-notch insurance. Everything's paid 100%. I don't have to pay co-pays for a hospital visit. I don't have to pay co-pays for a doctor visit. Everything's covered. My medicine, everything. I got a great. And like I said, in 4 years I'm 62, so I would retire anyhow. So my thing is, I don't know if it's feasible now. I've been on disability, my Social Security disability, since I was 50. At 62, I don't think it's going to change much. Maybe it might be the same amount. Could be a little bit more to go to regular Social Security. It's all the same because I paid in for 30 years. Where you got to they take Social Security tax, they take medical tax, and they take, of course, your other taxes. But I paid in. I paid in. I had a great work history. That's one thing they said when I was granted. You got a hell of an impressive work history. So I did. I definitely never broke the law there. So I want to clarify something, and I'm not. Someone wrote me a comment today, and in their terms, I'm a liar. You didn't go to prison because you caught a charge for lying. Well, here it doesn't matter. Yes, I got convicted for telling a lie to a federal agent. That was my charge. Yes, originally I was granted probation. I was 4% of the lucky where I got straight probation with house arrest for the first 4 months. Yes. The person's right. He's not wrong there. So he said, stop boasting that you went to prison. You went to actual prison for being convicted. But I did. It doesn't matter. The crime I committed was making a false statement to a federal agent. It doesn't matter if I got probation off the rip. Yes, I did violate my probation purposely because I didn't want to do the 5 years probation. And yes, I got the violation is what sealed my going to prison. But you're still in there. It doesn't say you're on a probation violation. You're in there for making a false statement. So he's right and he's wrong. So this one I'm going to say he was almost all 100% right, but he wasn't. So that's what my point was. Why are you going to send me? You were almost there. You almost did it thorough right this time, and then you don't go all the way, and then you make yourself look stupid. I'm not going to lie. I got probation and house arrest for I purposely violated, which I said many a times because I didn't want to do 5 years. And I got 9 months. I just wanted to touch on that. That's all. You know. Actually, when I talk about those days, I calm down. So Ghost of Mr. P is a two-faced coward. All of Joey's grandkids with the no, that's not true. That's let me tell you something. A lot of people do that. There's a lot of people I grew up in Chicago that because there's a rule in winter months nobody can turn the gas and heat off once November hits. So they got no choice. They can't turn the light. They can't anything where there's cold. It stays on. But people that can't afford it, they rack up $1,000 bill. I never did that to my kids. Why would I do that to my kids? I worked my ass off, paid my bills. So, you know, you get your fun laugh, whatever, Mr. P, whatever you are. Joey, have you seen the poster yet? Yeah, I seen 10 of them. Yeah, I don't care. Why would I care if I saw the poster? There's no truth to the poster, and everybody knows that. The police know that. Because all they gotta do is run my license and see I've never been charged with anything like that. So that's kind of a waste of time, don't you think? Yeah, you know, I don't care. You can tell all the lies you want. It's not gonna hurt me. It's just stupid. It's just a waste of time. I think if I hated a guy as much as you guys hate me, I would want to just bombard him and just make him because you hate me and say, oh, he's been arrested. He's been arrested. He's in tell what I've done, what my crimes were. Don't sit there and make up crime because you're not gonna get away with that. That's stupid, you know. But you guys are crazy. That's all I can say. You know, you guys are way out there. You guys are just I look at it like this. You guys are so irate because I foiled your point bomb thing today. I've been knowing everything you guys say, and you guys don't like that. You don't like that I outsmarted you again. And you guys should be men and take the defeat. But yet you can't be men and say, he got us again. You can't do that. You can't accept defeat. That's a coward. So, and that's what you are. I'll tell you to your face if you're right here, I'll tell you you're a coward. All you guys are cowards. The ones that have been doing what they've been doing. There's men and there's cowards. I'm a man and you're a coward. That's all cut and dry I can say. If you were right here looking in my eye, I would tell you right to your face. I have no problem telling you that. I'm not a backstabber. I'm not afraid. I would tell each and every one of you, especially Creamy Breamy, whatever the hell his name is, the mouth of Detroit or Michigan. Yeah, that guy. He's a clown. He's doing the fireworks. Yeah, I got fireworks too for him. So that guy's the biggest douchebag I ever seen. So here, look at it, man. You're getting into the money now. Now it's that calm down. My heart is better. Just need that 5 minutes and a drink of water. All right, so there's a granite marble, you know, all the different types of kitchen and bathroom countertops and, you know, flooring and outdoor pools. That's where they make it. That's where they make it all the expensive stuff right there. One of the places, anyhow. We're coming in, we got the palm trees. I hope you guys can see this. I hope the sun ain't blocking y'all. I don't know if anybody's sent a membership. I remember sometimes it doesn't pop up. That's what Christina was going for because she was seeing it in the. I'm not in the YouTube channel. I'm live through YouTube Studio, which sometimes I don't see it. So if there's anything in there that I need to read out, please let me know. I'll start looking at the chat. So how many minutes are we in? We're 24 minutes. I'm going to do an hour and 5 minutes each way. So here's a barbershop. Very busy Friday. Do a lot of cuts there, Ybor City cuts. Here we're getting into all about. Now let me tell you something about these buildings. Colombian restaurant, who is Tampa, is Ybor City. They've been over here in their restaurant for over 100 years. Now, it's been said that Tampa, back in the 20s, Al Capone used to come to Ybor City a lot. And he's ate many times at that Colombian restaurant because the owners go back over 100 years and hand it down to sons, to grandsons. And I believe they got pictures of Al Capone in the wall in there. And a lot of the gangsters used to come here because this was territory run by Santo Traficante. Florida was wide open. Nice buildings, man. Look how beautiful they are. Still under. A lot of this is owned by the Colombian restaurant. And of course, Scientology. Scientology owns. I'm going to drive to Clearwater. In this 8-week thing, we're the first 8 weeks, and then when it's going to be successful, then we'll do another 8 weeks. Just stay in shape. I'm going to go to Clearwater, and I'm going to walk all through downtown and beach, and everything down there. We'll see the actual Scientology people, the ones that they wear uniforms, and they're like a cult. We'll go down there. We'll walk, and they own all the property down there. Same here. Colombian restaurant and Scientology. Everything. Look at it, all new. Bakery. There's a bakery. So yeah, this property down here, forget it. Forget about it. You can't touch it. You gotta be filthy rich. But you can't walk out of these blocks at night because the women get raped, the guys get stabbed, gunpoint, they rob you. A lot of all the outskirts are all the bad. And of course, the nighttime is what brings out all the animals. All the drug addicts come out at night. They sleep during the day. All the hookers come out at night. All the bums come out at night. Oh, I smell that pizza. Oh my God, that food. Oh, that smells so good. Wow. Oh God, man, that smells so good. Now we got another place they're building. Oh, handcraft ice cream. I don't know if it looks like they're either getting ready to open it, or maybe it was closed business. Here's a restaurant. It's called Shrimp and Company. Nice little. Let's see. There's a this week special. Show you guys this week. There's the specials. Oyster, green fried tomatoes, mango clams, onion rings. Nice, huh? Nice country, America, huh? Now, I think I'll walk across the street. You got to see the historic part of Ybor City. Should I let this guy hit me and then going to go to the hospital? No, you stop. I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's going to be busy down here tonight. We just had Gasparilla. I think that was last weekend. All right, people, let's go. Come on. I got the walk sign. Look at that. That guy just jerk off. Could have hit me. So that's Columbia's parking lot. They own that. They own this building there. They got something there in the corner of Columbia. This is it. This is the famous Colombian restaurant. All right, I'm gonna go inside and show you guys. I don't care. See? Famous Colombian restaurant. Look at that. See? That's it. See? I don't care. I'm a news reporter if they say anything. All right? This is it. This has been since 1905. More than 100 years. Okay? How's that you doing, sir? Look at this. Beautiful. Now, this used to be just a shack. They got all this. This whole in that corner, that's the front door. Another door there. Side door where the limos pull up. Here's probably a banquet hall. Another double doors. Here's some more doors. I don't know where that leads to. Into the building somewhere. Probably more banquet hall. Now, here's another entrance in. Look at this. Look at this. Where does this take you? It looks like a big banquet. It's another part of the restaurant. See? Look at this. Look at these doors, man. Solid. Solid oak. Solid. When I tell you solid. Those doors are oak doors. This is a very well-built building. All owned by Colombian restaurant. Been here since 1905. 119 years ago, they opened. And all the gangsters for the 20s came here. This was their hangout. And they own cigar places right around here with all the cigar factory. They roll handmade cigars. Look at the traffic. Look at this. Look at this freaking traffic. Holy moly. Look at this. Should I go? Yeah. All right, so look at this. So how we doing, huh? You guys liking this little tour? Look at this restaurant. I don't mind. I don't care. We'll go on a little tour. Look at this. How beautiful, huh? Look at that. Huh? Fine dining. Look at that. I don't know what kind of restaurant it is. Let's see. Oh, another part of Columbia Restaurant. Another one of their outlets. It's called Columbia Restaurant, Gems of Spanish Restaurant. This is the Centennial Museum. That's a museum. So that must be all the stuff when they first started, when they first opened it. They made a museum with all their stuff. People get to go see the museum. They probably book parties. What we got here? Corporate office is something. Columbia Restaurant's corporate office. Look at this. They own everything. Everything. They really did buy a lot of stuff up here. This is awesome, man. They got a comedy club over here. What's his name used to come here when I back in my work days. I used to come to Ybor City a lot. When I was, you know, when I first came here, hit some of these clubs. But what's his name used to come here? That guy, Pauly Shore. He used to perform here all the time. You know, that movie he made, that one movie he made. You know, I forgot the name of it, but I used to like Pauly Shore. He was all right. Parking lot, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. You pay by app, see? These are the parking lots that they should build under the bridges. See, they put the box there, you put the homeless there, and you make parking lots, and you make tents, and you get them all away from the businesses. It's a no-brainer. And it's going to cost them less because the time they go out to waste time with the police to roust them away from somewhere. You take away manpower. Here's a nice little bar. Let's see. It's called Flex Sports Bar. Flex 316. He probably owns it. Is this your place, Flex? Flex 316 owns that place, I bet. Huh? That's why I can't see him. He's right down the street. Look behind you. That's what he's talking. Joey, just look behind you. Wait a minute. This just in. Breaking news. Flex 316. We just found his restaurant and bar. I'm just kidding, Flex, if you're in here. We're getting out. I'm out of the sun, thank God. I can see the chat room now. Lambada. Just like Chrissy. I like Chrissy so much better. Oh, Chrissy, meaning my wife, Chrissy? Is that what you're saying? It's okay. You can like her more than me. I don't care. That's all right. It's okay. She deserves to be liked. Here's a nice little bar. This is called The Dirty Shame. Oh, you know what this might be? This might be one of those the tranny bars. What do they call them again? Transsexuals? Yeah, I think that's one of them clubs. They got a couple of them out here. Right, just by the name, I think that's what it is. There's another little restaurant bar. Getting all the clubs now. Looks like an art thing here or something. You got a bar and grill here, Stone Soup Company. It's called the Stone Soup Company. See that sign? I like signs. I'm a sign guy. I used to collect signs. They have all kinds of signs. See, I like stuff like that. That pool sign I like. See, that course sign I like. See, I would have my man cave all pimped out and that shit. Pool tables, slot machines. I like slot machines. Yeah, I used to go find them, and I go buy one day I found jukeboxes, slot machines, pool table. There was a whole bar. The guy lost the storage unit, and the bar was a family bar that closed up. I found a lot of weird shit in that place. Buying the boxes, a lot of weirdos. I found dildos, condoms, used condoms, soiled condoms that were packed in the bags. Naked pictures of women from the 70s with the big bushes. Oh yeah, everything was in this place. They must have been like one of those what they call the people swap out. What is that called? Swingers. I think the bar was a swinger bar. Because they had all the toys like that. So it was crazy. Yeah. I couldn't get rid of it because it was used, so I was going to throw it out. My buddy took it. Like, what are you going to do with it? He goes, I'll take it home. Like, you're a sick puppy, dude. He did. He took all the stuff that was used. I said, you're a little sick. I go, that's for you and your woman? He's, no, that's just for me. Oh, man. I knew you were a little funny, but he got life in prison. You believe that? That's the story I haven't told yet. My best man at my wedding. At mine and Christina's wedding. Had been in prison since he was 17 years old. Great guy. The guy would give you the shirt off his back and help anybody. But he was a criminal. He was a drug dealer for all his life. And but he wasn't one of those scummy ones, you know. He would not ever go near schools to children. He donated money to places that help children. He did right. But in his defense, and he don't like me doing this, and I talk to him once a week. I've never brought. I asked him if it's okay if I tell him. He told me I go ahead, give me the green light. What does he get? You know, if I'm talking good about him, he knows I still love him. So he was pretty major, and but you know, he was the type of friend when he invite us over. You know, it wasn't about that. You know, we go to dinner, nice dinner, drive around, go maybe have a couple, you know, go dance somewhere. You know, he was a old hippie kind of guy, long hair. But he went to prison when he was 17 years old, first time. And after the third time in prison, I said, man, I know a lot of guys that have done 5, 6 bits and finally when they're 40-something years old, they said, I had enough of this, or all of a sudden they get out this time and they never had a kid and they meet somebody that have a kid. Now they want to just stay out of trouble and be a good father and a good husband. A lot of them, they do that and they change their life. He started to change his life. He got married, he finally met somebody, got married a month after I did. I was his best man. And his wife had never been in an ounce of trouble. All she ever had was maybe 1 or 2 speeding tickets. Now he had lost his license because in Florida, if you get caught selling drugs, you go to prison, they take your license for 1 to 2 years each time. Well, he was, at this point, before this last time he went, I'll get the whole story, he was already on his 6th bit. He'd been to prison 6 times. And, you know, some stretches, I think he did a 10-year stretch, but most of them 3, 4, 5 years. You know, a lot of it bullshit charges. He beat a lot of cases too because they searched they didn't have probable causes where they searched, where they found it. You know, cops can make an arrest for anybody. It's getting the conviction. You know, you get a good defense lawyer, he's gonna pick all that shit apart. You know, wait a second, let me see the warrant. The warrant didn't cover this part of the property. You know, cops are gonna lie and say, oh no, it was out in the open. No, it wasn't. You know, because a smart guy will always have 24-hour surveillance on his property to take pictures of what they're saying that their pictures say, and that's how usually it washes out. Those cops do lie, especially if they don't like you and they want to finally have enough of you. Here's a couple of more restaurants, slices of pizza plates, oh, Italiano place. Look at that, Restaurant Italiano. Now we're coming into the cigar place. Oh, I smell the cigars. All right. So yeah, how y'all doing? All right. Nice cigar, hand rolled cigars there in the bar. I miss smoking cigars, man. I did smoke cigars. That was one of my taste. Got little scooters here. This lady's gonna get a nice little scooter there, see? It's called the Bad Monkey. See? Another bar. Badass bar. Here you go. Here for all the single men. There you go, guys. All right. That's for you guys, not for me. That's only for the single men. I don't condone anybody messing around on your woman. I don't believe in that. Stay faithful to the one you're with. But if you're single, there's some eye candy for you. Okay? Here's a Big Easy Cajun cuisine, tattoo parlor, glass company, gallery. Here's a bank. Man, always a bank somewhere, ain't there? It's called Trust. What kind of bank is this? I never heard of them. Trust or Trist. Trist. That used to be, what chain that used to be? Oh, not Fifth Third Bank. Oh, it's a fancy bank. Look how nice it is in there. Oh yeah, they got about 13 windows. That's a big bank. All right, so let me stop here and talk with you guys a minute. Tell you this. I'm going to tell you a little bit about this story, my friend. So my friend, you know, and I asked him, he said, you know, you think, I never was taught anything. I've been in prison now since I was 17. They lie and say they're going to rehabilitate you, give you these They never rehabilitated me. I had no choice but to come out and go back to drug dealing because nobody would hire him. And that's the truth. He became a mechanic. He learned how to be a good mechanic. No one hired him because he was convicted at this point 4 or 5 times in the penitentiary, and no one wanted to take a chance on him because they're afraid that he's going to still do the illegal drugs on the side. But he really wanted to straighten up. So now he gets married. And he has a kid, and he went on his honeymoon I think I got him. He just stayed locally, but he lived in Brooksville, and I got him a 3-night stay at the Hard Rock. He liked to gamble. I gave him $500 as a gift, and the hotel paid for. And now he gave me a van for my wedding. That's what he gave me, a van. Gave me a used van, but something he got from someone sold it to him, a clean title, and that's what he gave me for my wedding present. Another van, because he knew I bought storage unit. I'm like, what? He goes, this is yours. Here's the title. And I go, as long as it wasn't stolen, it was clean. He goes, no, I'm not going to do that to you. You're my best friend. So I got a van. I gave him $500 in my comp rooms. So I kind of, cheaped them out, I'm a cheap ass, But I still gave him $500, so you can gamble. So they go and he gets her pregnant, and they have a beautiful, beautiful daughter. So while she's pregnant, now this woman had never been in trouble, and she, for some reason, she chased him. She chased him down when he got out of prison on his 5th term. And they got together, and then he was dating her, and then when after I got married, he goes, I'm going to get married next month. You and Christina get married, it makes us want to get married, we're going to do it. I love her, and I want to stay with the rest of my life. And he's a little bit older than her. He's my age, and she's younger than Christina, so he's 50, I'm 58, he's 58. And so he was 49, 50 when they got married. Yeah, she was in her 30s, she was real young. She was like early 30s, his wife. And she was, not my taste. She's a little plumper, I ain't gonna lie, But she was one of them ladies that she was into her man. I mean, but they did some wild stuff that, me and Christina like, no. I mean, he tried to invite us to come over one day and spend a weekend with him in a way that we declined. I mean, my best friend, but I'm like, I knew he was a freak with all this shit, but I'm like, no, I could never do that. I could never watch another man do my old lady, and I couldn't imagine she could. No, I just couldn't do it. And I didn't like his wife like that. I'm just old fashioned. I couldn't do my best friend. I just couldn't do that, man. And he could have, I guess, I don't know, but I didn't go that route. I turned it down. I couldn't do it. So Christina said absolutely no right off the rip. So, and I didn't even try to say, because I just was not attracted to his wife. Perfect for him. She loved him, and that's all that counts. From the heart, it's all in the heart, man. They've got to look in the heart first. So he's talking to me, and he came to me in confidence, and he goes, listen, I got a lot of money put away. He goes, but I got to get out of this. I got a baby coming on the way out. I'm done. He goes, I've been, all my life, I never had any outlet, never been rehabilitated, never would get a good job. So I've been doing side jobs because he became a mechanic, and his uncle let him stay out of his property, and he built a big garage where he was fixing cars. So he had a good side piece going with the garage fixing, and he could work on motorcycles. He'd do all kind of mechanical work, and he liked to buy storage units too, and he could have a flea market out of it. But he had a big property out there, and he goes, help me get out of this, buddy. He goes, you're the only one I trust. I said, well, I don't know how deep you're in, because at that point I was way out of it. When I left Chicago, I was done with that kind of shit. Those days were gone. I used, but I didn't participate in anything like that when I hit Florida. I knew Florida laws were rough, and I wasn't going to prison. And they don't play over here in Florida. So Chicago's a little different. You can bribe and buy in Florida. I mean, in Chicago, you can't do. That's not too easy here. Chicago was very easy. You got money, you walk. You can walk on an M in Chicago if you get the right money, and that's a fact. So, Chicago way different than Florida. So, and these are all Southern folks here. These are all good old boys, and the politicians are embedded here. So here's what I could tell you. At this point, he's 5 times down. Out of the 5 times he's went to prison, he had the same judge 3 of the 5 prison sentences. And I'm like, what? That's like unprecedented, because you're only allowed to be in office so long. He goes, not here. He goes, this is good old boys. He said, these judges have been here for 30, 40, 50 in the same office. I'm like, that's not right. There's no way that could be legal. But here, I guess it is. Because here, it's too easy for the judge to be prejudiced against someone that he keeps putting in prison. So he's going to have a mind that he's not going to even try to make the guy innocent. And I told him, you need to pitch that to a good lawyer. And the lawyer said, you're right. But he said, you ain't going to get around these good old boys. He goes, where you from, boy? I said, I'm from Chicago. He goes, don't tell him you're from Chicago in this courthouse. That judge might lock you up. They don't like boys like you. And it was just good old boys that were judges for 40 years. Judge Merrick And my buddy's town is still a judge. Senior, part-time, and his son took over his bench. Me junior. That's crazy. So it's a family business down in these parts. So I agreed to help him. I didn't want to know too much. He said, I just gotta finish what I got to get rid of. He said, I just need you to put this money away from me. He says, make sure that I don't ask for it, because it's got to be, I'm going to start a business. I got a daughter coming. I'm going to do this right. I'm going to be a good father, and I'm going to be done with it. And I was proud of him. 30 days out. 30 days from being home free. He sold to an undercover. And he called me the next morning. He says, I think I'm in trouble. I think I was set up. Now, that's one of the things I was helping. I was, well, don't take on no new people. Don't meet no new faces. You know how they do it here. In Florida, they'll send one of your customers in wired with the money. Money is the key. They'll get the money's marked. So this way, when they raid, they'll once they get to the third control buy. Now, the first time, they're not going to get the money back because it might take months. When they make the third control buy, that's the green light. They got 3 documents on film, on wire, 3 control buys, warrants are coming that night. And they're going to go at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So the money's likely going to be there, the bills they gave. And it was only like $20, $30, $40, $50 worth of stuff. And it was one of his little customers. One day, came and bought a $30 bag, got 2 blocks away from his house, he got pulled over, they found the $30 bag. He was such a punk, pussy. They told him he was going to put him in prison for that little bag. He believed them. Unless they cooperate, he wore and was their guy. So he did it. He knew the guy for a long time. Not someone I would trust. I was very leery about a lot of people in Florida. You know, I would tell him, I don't get a bad. I get a bad read on the guy. He was from there, so he was stubborn with that. My gut's right. It's right. I know that shit because I lived and breathed that shit. Because I was always watching out for my friends. That, a lot of stitches. And in Chicago, if you're going away for someone's charging you with the M, you're pretty much, and you got money, the witness is probably not going to be around long. They don't do that here. Here's the worst part. I'm getting this part. They tell on each other here in these parts. And I'm like, what did you say? He's, oh yeah. He says, you got the five. There's like the 5 same guys been dealing since I've been around. He says, and that guy will tell on that guy one day. He'll get busted. He goes to prison so he can get bigger. And then they come out and they have lunch and dinner. This is what they do. This is how they operate here. They don't take charge of their territories. I'm like, what kind of half-ass operation is this? And he goes, this is how it is out here, man. And here's the other part that freaked me out. Most of the women do all the sales. And I'm like, what? And he goes, yeah. He goes, I know you still use one. So I go, yeah, I still use. I don't lie about that. I go, but I ain't buying for no female. I don't do business with female. He goes, you're gonna have to if you're gonna come out here. And he ain't lying. I went to some guy and talked to my girl right there. I'm like, I told him I don't do business with him. He goes, then you better leave the house. And that's what they do. They sucker these women, they get these young girls, and they put all of them in charge. So this way, who gets busted? The girlies. Are they dumb or smart? I don't know. I think that's kind of. So the women that walk around like they're men, big players, out in certain parts, more of the country parts. Not in Tampa, part like Brooksville, Ocala, places out like that where it's well known a lot of drugs, where they get transports through there. So he felt that it was a controlled buy. Well, I don't know what am I going to say to him? Because if it is, he's done. He's done. Because he's gonna, if he gets arrested, he's gonna go before judgment. Like he's 30 days out from his bastard plan with his daughter coming. His daughter was due that month. Boom. So his wife comes up with this brain idea. She's carrying a baby, getting ready to drop. Never been in trouble. She said, let me take the hit. I'll probably get probation. He looked at me. He laughed. He goes, did you hear that? I go, yeah. I go, what are you saying? I go, if he goes for life, right? I go, yeah. I don't want to lose my husband. I'll take the rap. And I asked him, I go, how much stuff you got in here? And first of all, why is it here? He said, the whole safe is still what's left. She was the only one that knew the combination to the safe. So when they came in and demanded that they had a warrant for that safe to be open, they were either going to torch them doors off, and it was a nice old gun safe. She went there and, oh, you don't have to do that, and she opened it freely. She's never been in trouble. He wasn't in the room, and that, she got charged anyhow. And they weren't pinning it on her. She got the same charge. They both were getting it. And then when she said, I've never been in trouble, they see her record, never been in trouble. She had 2 speeding tickets. Never. So now, we're telling her about the system now. They get arrested. I know I got his money, so I go and get it all together, get bondsman, I bail him out. Nice chunk of money of his money went. Because he was already a 5-time convicted and put in prison. He's facing life for selling drugs. He didn't never hurt nobody. That's a pretty, I know guys that get less time for doing the M. He's facing, because he's going before the same judge that already put him in 3 times. So he drags it out, pays the lawyer, pays the bond, now he's got to pay this lawyer. The lawyer used to be a judge, one of the crooked judges, who's now he's a defense lawyer. He puts him together and charges him a good chunk of now another chunk of the money's gone. He's down to less than half what he had, which wasn't enough to do what he wanted to do. Now he's buried. So now he's hoping that he's going to win in trial. And what's going to happen? His daughter's going to be born. He's still got a deal. So he's done. His plan is shot to hell. And I felt bad. And, you know, I did what I can. I still do what I can for my... I'm the only one that sends him anything. I'm the only one he talks to. Everybody turned their back on him. You know, I send him Christmas gifts and, you know, Christmas pay. I do what I can. Put money on his books. When I got it, man. You know, he knows I don't really have it no more. But I'm not going to leave him to dry. I'll be the guy that probably goes if he dies and, you know, to bury him, you know. Or he'll go to Potter's Field if nobody claims his body. That's what they do here in prisons. When you die and nobody claims you, they put you in Potter's Field. They just put you in a wooden box and bury you. It's not too nice. So now he's got the lawyer. High Slop, I think the guy's name was. And I go, that used to be a judge here. Yeah, he wasn't a good judge. He was a mean judge. So now he leaves defense to become a big defense attorney for all the clients that he once put away. And he goes, yeah, High Slop put me away one. He was the Merrick 3 times, High Slop once, and the other guy with the big old beard that looks like Santa Claus, forgot his name, put him away 1 time. I go, so wait a second, you're going to hire a defense attorney that once was a judge that put you... Well, I thought that was the dumbest thing in the world. Like I said, Florida was a different place. I'm here because I came to work baseball. I was working in different minor league places, and it got me out of the winter, and that's why I got stuck here. If I would have left, I would have never met Christina. If I would have left when I was going to originally leave, yeah, I would have never met Christina, because I was going to leave 2 years. My plan was I was out of here. When I was done with the Phillies, I was going to go to Arizona. I was with the Rangers, and I was full-time under contract, and I thought I was pretty solid there, so I was going to make the move out there full-time. And I was done. If I would have, I wouldn't be married now. I wouldn't even know who Christina was. But you know, fence turned out. I stayed, and I still went to work out in Arizona, but I didn't move there full time. And I'm gonna take a 5-minute break right here now, guys. We go through shit. But so now he asked me to come with him and his wife to the lawyer meeting. Now he's got the lawyer. Conflict of interest, he can't represent both of them. They're co-defendants. So you got to have a different lawyer. So she's either got to get a private lawyer. If she did, they would have took all their money, because it was a heavy hit, because he was fighting for his life. Now she never had a record. If she would have listened to Christina and me, she takes an open plead in her case and lets the judge decide her fate. We told her, I don't know how many nights in a row, whenever you do, she took a public defense, don't let them talk you into doing an open plea where the judge makes your fate. You want a jury to do your fate. You're a mother, you've never been in trouble, you're a victim, but married a guy that you didn't know was play that role, you didn't know what he was into. Trust me, if he gets convicted, he's going away, it's gonna work for you, you're not gonna go nowhere. She does the opposite. She gets 14 years. Now, because she didn't have a record, Sentencing, she gets convicted. She's got sentencing in a couple weeks. He's getting ready to start his trial. He goes to day 1. We're there. It didn't go well. Now, he did beat a couple of the smaller stuff that day. But he had to go for the, it was 6, he had to go for the trifecta 3, so what's 6? I don't know what the word is. He had to get all across the board not guilty. One conviction out of any of those charges, he's going for life. The sentence was life. So he beats the 2 small charges. He's got the 2 heavier charges, but then the 2 big ones, which is the trafficking. And it was methamphetamine, cocaine, marijuana, amphetamines, every kind of, he had prescriptions that weren't in his name, pain medication, all class Schedule 1 drugs that, people would sell him. The drug addicts would sell him. They go to the doctor and they sell. That's what they do. They sell to get their choice of drugs. So he had this safe, and he was very. And I'm like, oh my God, man. And then she cooked herself, so she's got to go back the following week. So we're in court for him, day 2. Nothing's settled that day. They got to go to day 3. He called his lawyer when he got home, and his lawyer says, if we don't beat the 2 tomorrow, you're done. He said, well, what's my chances? He goes, I don't know. Now the lawyer changes on him, takes all his money, says, I don't think I beat this. I think you're going to be done. And he looked at me, and I go, I told you not to hire the guy. And what does he tell me? Come pick me up. I got to talk to you. Got a suitcase, abandoned his house. She's got her suitcase. Drive me 60 miles out. I drove him out to a field. Nothing was out there but one of those old type mobile homes, the bubble ones, the ones from the 1970s. They look like a bubble. He purchased that. It was like, I forget, it looked like a little spaceship. And he already had it set up. I didn't know he did this. He had he had the electric company come out, they put a power box out there, whatever they did. And he had someone that, that owned it, and it was in their name. And because I just wouldn't go that far. I don't care if it's my best friend or not. I don't want, listen, I'm not being a conspiracy and going away from anybody like that. I'm not doing it. He never asked me, so he respected me. So he does this, and I drive him out there, and I go, what are you doing? He goes, I'm not going back to court. I'm going to go on the run. Oh, my God. Dude. Now we're in the... So now, they go on the run. And here's the problem when you go on the run. To go away and disappear when you're going to get ready to face life in prison, there's only one way you win. You got to be able to change your name and get real IDs. And 2, you got to have enough money to live the rest of your life. Kind of like, what's his name? The guy they caught in California after 25 years, Whitey Bulger. He had millions upon millions. And he had legitimate IDs that changed. The help that his brother was an FBI agent. And he hid for 25 years until they aired him on America's Most Wanted with John Walsh. And the next day, Whitey Bulger was coming out to go to dinner, and they were all sitting there, and he just gave them his hands. And what happened to Whitey? Made it to the penitentiary, and they killed him. Because all the people that he put away, that he was a rat. He turned all these people in. Whitey Bulger was a rat. He was an FBI informant. That's why they never busted him. So he got killed. He was an old man, and they killed him. So he's going on the run, my friend. 2 or 3 weeks into it, someone, because he started getting stupid, because now his money's low, the baby's born, and they're on the run with a baby. So I kindly talk him into it for the baby's sake. I wasn't taking it. I don't want that responsibility. But she had her best friend that was a great mother. And I go, why don't you talk to that lady? Because if you guys get caught, if you don't pull off this off, she's going for 14 years, you're going for life. They're going to take the baby to the state. And that's not going to be good. So she talks to her best friend. She takes the daughter. She's been raising her till today. Very smart school. This woman was a college-educated woman because, his wife never been in trouble. And the daughter's doing very fine. And I just talked to him the other night, and he says, yeah, she sent me some pictures. My daughter's getting beautiful and big. And I was talking to your wife. My wife writes me every day. I mean, I don't understand. He's not coming home. She's got another 8 years, I think. I mean, is she going to come out and be a loyal wife? No, she's 20 years younger than him. I think she gained another 150 pounds. She's really heavy. Last picture I seen of her. But she's going to come out, and she's going to go out and find herself, some D. What's she going to do? And her husband is not going to be, either she's just going to stay married to him until he dies, They just took cancer out of his stomach. He had surgery. They saved him. But, you know, he's up there now. He used to be a strong built guy. But now he's deteriorating. He's gaining weight. He's the same age as me. Maybe 5 more years, 6 more years if he's lucky. I don't see him living past that. He's deteriorating fast. They claim they got all the cancer out of his stomach, but a prison surgery, I doubt it. They chop you up. They don't care. They'll help people in life that's the best that they can. But it ain't something like you've got insurance or you've got money. So, you know, he knows his outcome. He knows he's gonna die in prison. So maybe she'll stay married to him and she'll be a widow just to make him happy. Because I can't believe that she's gonna come out and be faithful. There's no way. Not the kind of life they were living in which they were into. I just don't see it. You know, I know she loved him dearly, but he also allowed her to get with anybody. They had one of those, they did swinging things. So that don't sit well with me. I don't know how you can be in a marriage and love somebody and let another guy court your wife or let her suck another guy off. I don't understand that. That's not love if you ask me, but to them it was love. So they're on the run. Someone dimes them out. About 5 o'clock in the morning, their little bubble got surrounded. Right? Now he was in he built it because he kind of built, he got all kind of scrap woods and he built like an enclosed place where he could work on his cars and all kind of junk stuff he had out there. So he was out in the garage. Obviously he was high, he was all tweaked out. And she's in there tweaked out. Thank God the baby's gone in the right place. Don't have to see this life. And they go to the house, they don't know he's in the garage. And they get her on the floor, they handcuff her. Where's Anton? Where's Anton? That's what he goes by. I'm not gonna give his real name, but Anton. And who? Your husband. I don't know, he left. We split up. So you guys didn't go on a run together? Ira tells him, no. Get this. So they go out in the garage, they go, there he is right there. And he goes, can I help you? Anton, you're under arrest. He goes, I'm not Anton. What? You look just like the picture. I'm not Anton. I'm the mechanic for this lady. I'm working on her car. They go, well, let me see some ID. He had an ID of a guy that looked just like him. The idiots looked at the picture, identical, ran the name, came back good. Actually, the guy's license he had was an addict that used to buy from him, whose father was a sheriff, who sold him the driver's license, his own driver's license, for a fix. Because he knew that guy looked just like him. And they let him go. He leaves there. He leaves there. Now, he catches a ride from, like I said, this is the middle of the field. There's maybe he had to walk a couple miles to the neighbor that he knew. Because it was the guy owned all the property. The guy owned 500 acres. And he had to get a ride. Where does he want to go? He comes to my house. He calls me, he goes, I'm going to be dropped off the next block, and I'm going to jump the back fence, let me in the back door. So now, as much as I love him, I don't want to do this. Now, I get caught harboring a fugitive. No. So I'm trying to be as nice as at the time, I had 3 motorcycles. He goes, let me take the Harley. Oh, no. I love you, you're my best friend. No. Harley, no one drives. He goes, come on, if I get caught, that's my point. They chase you, you're gonna wreck my bike, I never see it again. You get caught, they're gonna pull it, I'm never gonna see it again. Not the Harley. So I had a Kawasaki Vulcan that I had just bought. It was an older bike. I go, that runs real good, here you go. I go, the plates are in my name, you don't do anything crazy, I got a good license. They're never gonna pull you, they don't pull bikes over. Most cops drive bikes, so they're not gonna pull you over. So he went out and he's gone for 3 days. He went out, she's in jail. She's going for 12, 14 years, whatever it was, every 14 years. And he's on the run. Calls me back 3 days later, he's fucking bombed out of his ass. He's hired in a kite. He wants to come back to the house. There are 2 more days. Someone told him that they think he was out by his best friend, Joe Catalano, Christina Catalano. So they go to the block and scope out the situation, my house. About 7 o'clock at night, bam, bam, bam. I knew to knock. I said, they're here. Well, he's in the house. But we had a vent in the wall. The duct for the air conditioning unit that was pretty big. And he can go through there really good and get up in a duct, put the piece back on. They would never know the air conditioner was running. And they would never know unless they knew that someone said that that's where he'd be. So he hid in the duct. They come to the door. I don't got to let them in. They don't got a no-knock warrant. So I don't have to let them in. I know the law. So they were really, they go, hi, Joe Catalano, yes. Listen, we're not here. I'm sorry we knocked this loud, but you're not in trouble. Your family. I go, you know this guy? I said, I don't know him that well. He goes, really? You're going to tell me that? I go, I know him. I don't know him that well. He goes, that's not your best friend. I go, I don't know who told you that, but someone's lying to you. So he goes, all right, listen, we're not going to do this. I'm not here to jam you up. I don't care. He goes, listen, let me come in and search the house, and we'll be on our way. We're not going to break nothing up. If there's drugs anywhere, I don't care. We're not here for that. I won't bother you guys. So if I see anything, guns, I'm not going to take you to jail. You got my word. Just let us come in so we know that you're telling the truth. I said, I don't have to let you in. I was nice. And I go, I don't have to let you in. He goes, no, you don't. But it's going to make it suspicion, and you don't want me to come back and lean on you, do you? I said, no, I don't, but I'm not going to be scared by you either. He goes, and I read the laws, and he goes, you're pretty educated with the law. I said, listen, I'm not trying to be a smart ass. He goes, Joe, just let us clear the house. So all I'm asking, you have my word. We will not shake anything up. I go, you give me your word. He goes, it'll take us a quick sweep in here. My guys, I had 3 bedrooms, a big kitchen, a bunch of cabinets, a bunch of big backyard. I had a couple sheds on the back. So they come in, they were gentlemen. They check everything. Now one bedroom was locked. I go, my daughter's, she's out. She's got a key. I don't want to break it, but I'll call her if you guys want to, He goes, I get on the phone and he goes, you know what? I believe he's not in there. And he believed me because he wasn't in there. And they go, don't worry about that, actually. You seem like a stand-up guy. I see a lot of truth in you. You did us a solid. And they gone. They go, we cleared your house. And they walked down the stairs. We got bad intel. Someone gave us bad intel. He ain't here. They barely know each other. So now it's cut and dry. I got to get rid of him. I don't know what to tell him, man. I can't do this no more. I just retired. I'm sick. I got 2 major surgeries coming up. I love the guy. He's my best friend. He's done a lot for me. I've done a lot for him. I just don't want this no more. And I privately talked to my wife, and I go, I got to be a prick here. So I tell him, listen, here's all the money I got. I can't do this. He goes, I'm sorry I imposed on you. I had everybody living with me. I had the grandbabies. I had both my daughters, my son, my brother, the son-in-law. I had 13 people live with us. We were supporting, me and Christina were supporting them off of our hard working and hustling and buying store. I mean, it was something I love to do for my family, but it was overwhelming. And I didn't need him in the mix. So he left. So he made it in about another 10 days. He was spotted in town. He tried to be like Mr. What's the one movie that Mrs. Doubtfire? He was spotted as an old lady. People were calling him saying he just left the drug house. He was dressed like an old lady, like Mrs. Doubtfire. He did. He actually had the makeup done, the wig, the dress. He did all this to get around town because he was out in the wide open. But sometimes the best place to hide, if you steal a pair of socks, where's the best place to hide the sock? In a sock drawer. That's because mentality-wise, people ain't going to look for the socks in the sock drawer to steal the socks because they're not going to think you're that dumb. But that's the smartest thing to do. The same, sometimes you just blend out in the open, the cops will probably miss you, which they did. They heard a lot of spottings. Now, they were called. People were there were so many rats. It sickened me. And a couple times they came close to getting them. So I turn on the news one day, and emergency news come on. And they got US 19 in Homosassa Springs, Florida, which is next to Crystal River. A good stretch of 19 blocked off, another road blocked off, and all the sheriffs are out there. It's live. And they got a guy trapped in a shed. He was underneath the shed. I guess he had dug, this person he knew, he lifted the shed up. They dug enough where they go underneath the shed, and he was under there, and the idiot had a gun. Well, I got to believe my theory's right, that he was hoping they would have killed him. At this point, I think he wanted to die and not go to prison, because he'd been in prison so many times. And I think he came, they knew he was there. Someone told me that he's underneath there, and it was a standoff for hours. It was all by, I'm watching this on the news. And they didn't give a name, but I knew it was him. I just felt it. Well, Somehow they started talking him out after hours. He came out with the gun. And they didn't shoot at him. They didn't fire at him. They ordered him to put the gun down, and it was one bullet in there. I mean, can you imagine? They'd have lit him up. They tased him. And the picture with the news when they had him hogtied, his eyes were burnt from all the base they sprayed in his eyes. He couldn't even open his eyes. They fucked him up pretty good. And he went before Judge Merrick. He got 2 consecutive life sentences and a 30-year sentence for new charges for that day. Having a gun, drugs, a standoff with the police, a hostage situation basically. He got a 30 years for that county, for that, and 2 double life sentences for running, and he was already convicted on the 2 trafficking charges, major trafficking charges, major drugs. Double life for selling drugs. Nah. The most unfairest, most ridiculous sentence I have ever heard. Now he'll be appealing this for years. He got someone to one of those, those people that help people that are wrongfully accused, and they take about 20 years to get you cleared. I never heard of a case less than 20 years. But they do win. But they only take the cases they know they can win. But it's a minimum 12 years, mostly 20 years. They're gonna fight. He ain't gonna be allowed to do that. He thinks he's gonna be home in 10 years. I pray to God he does. With no money, an old man, his wife will be with another guy, and where's he gonna go? I'm not taking him. So, I love him, but I pray that he dies peacefully and gets his peace. Because I don't want no part of that. And I'm not being cruel. It's just, I don't want that on life no more. That's just a sad story. And when I talk to him, I just, sometimes I'm guilty. Because, I know he eats that shit food. And I can't send him money every week. And I try to help him because he always was there for me. And I just sometimes, like he called the other day because he goes, you want to talk? I go, tell him I'm sleeping. So she talked to him, and Joe's not feeling good, and I wasn't, but I wasn't sleeping. I listened to the whole guy. It breaks me up, man. It's kind of like with my daughter, man. She told my son yesterday, Dad don't seem like he wants to talk to me, that's my daughter, man. She's in, she got 7 years. She's deaf, she got some guards, took advantage of her, a few of them. So, and they didn't do nothing about it. And they transferred her, and then they brought her back to the same place. And she's a fighter. She's the toughest one of my kids, man. She could fight like a grown man, box you. And if she gets in any fight, she's gonna get more time on her. And then she could, it just kills me to see my own blood in there because it's my child, She's only got 2 more years to go, so. So it's tough. I'm a human being, and it bothers me. I got a heart. I don't want to see anybody. I wouldn't wish my best friend. I wouldn't wish my worst enemy to go to prison. Prison's a hellhole. No matter if you go to a camp, to a low, a medium, a penitentiary, it's hell. It's meant for you to go to hell. And you have to be tough. The only way to survive is you got to fight, and you got to take charge right away when you go in those places. If you don't, they sell you from block to block and make you a bitch. And you don't have to win, but you got to stand up for yourself that first week. The most crucial thing is the first couple days. And you better, because there's going to be someone that, I don't care how old you are, someone's going to try you. And you just got to not even think about it. If you got a knife, you got to stab them wherever you got to stab them. It don't matter. You can't, when you're in there in those situations, you don't worry about that. You don't worry about if he dies. You worry about that you're going to die. Or you're going to be seriously fucked every day in places you don't want to be raped in. So there's no running to a door and running out. There's nobody to run and hide to. You got nowhere to go. Rules change in there. It's a whole different world. And that's why I wouldn't wish that I'm my worst enemy. So I see a lot of people, a lot of young people that I know are going that route, man. And I try to mentor them, and it's a hell. It's a living fucking hell to live there, man. To go to those places, man. And I had it easy as anybody. I was in a camp, country club. I had all the amenities. I had everything. But they guards are fucking, They'll tie you, they'll put handcuffs in and beat you 4 or 5 of them, just if you look at them the wrong way. They don't fight fair. They handcuff you, then beat you. And then if you get one, if you get a leg on them or you drop on them, they take the handcuffs out, so you're trying to escape and they shoot you. That's what happens. They win. It's a win-win for them. But there's the baddest of the bad that are in those places for life. And some of those guards think twice about messing with them because they know that they'll get their throats slit. State prisons in Florida, any prison in the United States, the ones, the maximum, they ain't run by the guards or the warden. Inmates run that shit. And those guards do what they say. But they want to go home every night. Making their $40,000, $50,000 a year, they just want to go home. The inmates got no problem. If a guy in there for double life, got no problem killing 10 people. Got no problem doing it. What are they going to give him, another life sentence? I'm right? Another life sentence. He's going to say, okay, give me 10 more, I don't give a shit. That's just life. And the problem is, sometimes there's a lot of mistakes. You get a guy in there first time or just for drugs, and he gets placed in the wrong prison for the first couple months. And all of a sudden they're like, why is this guy here? You think they just pick up the next day and transfer him out? It takes months to do a transfer. Well, at least that's what they say. The process out to find, you got to find first if there's room. If he's really low recidivism and he's got a very minimal sentence, they got to go find him a prison that's probably got no fences, like a farm camp or work farm, and they might not have an opening. Well, it's all filled up from the people that got the lowest crimes, or that potentially could only do 6 months and then go to a drug house and live. And, so now you're stuck with a bunch of murderers. You're in there for being an addict, and you can't fight, and you're showing fear. That person's going to live a living hell. He's going to come out a queen. He'll never want to sleep with a woman again. Because from what I know, when they start to rape a young white guy in those prisons, the first couple weeks, it's wretched screams. They're tearing him open. He's bleeding out. He's bleeding out of every orifice. But then he starts enjoying it, and he begs for it. And then all of a sudden, he becomes a queen. The walk, the talk, the look, the makeup, daddy this, daddy that. Pretty scary, So I gotta say one thing. I bless my mother. I love her to death for making me the tough kid she made me. Because she told me no matter what, there's these things, certain things you don't let happen to yourself. You be a man, you fight it to your death. My mother always instilled that in me, and I'm grateful for that. She always told me, Mom, you're gonna be a small little shit that everybody will take a piece of your ass if you don't learn how to fight. And she was right. If I didn't know what she taught me and what I learned, I'm a small guy. I was 4'11" when I started high school, about $120. But I was scrappy and I could fight. So I didn't take shit from nobody. And that's what my surviving tool was. And then I learned people. I learned how to read people. That's one of my qualities. I could read people. I could read a rat as soon as he walks in the room. I could read a piece of shit as soon as he walks in the room. I could read a person that's playing you, walks in the room, going for a con, real easy. I'm getting older, so I'm not as sharp as I used to be. But I self-taught myself a lot of stuff, just from learning, from watching all kind of crazy shit growing up. And it comes in handy because overall, I stayed a good family man. My work history was great. I broke my back to support my family, but I did bad things too. I did drugs. I got battery fights, charges. Sometimes I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Those cases I got arrested for the night, but I beat. Because, they couldn't tie me into that stuff. But still, the aggravation I put myself through for all that. But I don't have nothing bad, I don't got no Chad Schumacher kind of record. I got a few arrests. Most of my beats. But I was a hard-working man, and most people like me. And I helped my community all the time. I had 2 businesses in my life. I owned a detail shop, very successful. I owned a cab. I started with 1 cab. I had 6 cabs 1 year, up to 6 cabs. Tampa Bay area. I had great airport shuttle business. What I used to do. I used to love it, man. That was my off-season job. I loved it. I made a lot of money. I made My cabs made money. I got paid renting out my cars to other guys, and my car alone, I worked 10 hours a day, 6 days a week. I made $400 or $500 a day, every day. I wouldn't stop till I did. But I had built a client base up. I had regular clients that called me. I did very well. I actually did better than I did in baseball. And insurance is $3,000. Commercial insurance on each cab is $3,000. $3,000. The payment, it's $3,000 a car per year. So you're paying. It was actually $3,600. It's $300 a month times 12 is $3,600. Each car was insured for $3,600. You have to have $1 million liability indemnity when you're transporting people. That's why when they ask you, insurance guys, will you be using this car for any type of deliveries? When you go get insurance, they always ask that question. Are you going to be doing a ride share? Most people say, no, not me. And the hell they ain't. They ain't going to tell them. But then when they get in an accident, they're screwed. So, especially today's world, scams were done in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, 80s. You don't do that shit no more. You can't get away with nothing today. There's a cell phone on every 50 feet, a camera every corner. You got 100,000 more snitches in this world. So, it's not too. You can't do what the mob did in the '67 when they took someone's life. There's no way they could do that stuff today. If someone will get that on film, you'll be caught. You'll never be able to do it. There's a camera everywhere. They could go take a Walmart camera, but zoom it out 2 miles on each side. That's how good those cameras are. So and then now they got it all together. The computers. Well, let's see this crime here. Let's see the computer. How many people fit the description of that type of crime? All right. Now they got 100 people. All right. Now let's see how many of those 100 people were in the area on that night. Wow. 15 of the 100. We just narrowed down to 15 people. Now they go through the 50 people. 7 of them got solid alibis. Now you're down to 8. 4 more they kicked because they're pretty sure they're not them. Now they're down to 4. And then it's pretty easy to get the victory on that one with a little more patience and investigation. But it says you can't do crime today. You can't do white collar crimes. It's the worst thing you can do in this country. You do a white collar crime to the government, they will put you away for 30 years if they can. And that's how I saw somebody talking to Senate. He was at a Senate hearing, and that was his argument. You're putting away white collar criminals, CEOs, lawyers, doctors, athletes, and you're giving them 10, 20, 15 years for crimes they should only do a year or less or get probation. The government don't play when you do a crime against them. I thought, wow, I did a white lie to the government. That prosecutor looked at me, you did the worst crime of all to the government. I'm looking at him, what? I told a little lie. He said, that the government, son, that's our number one pet peeve. You don't take our money and you don't lie. I was facing a mandatory 5-year sentence. She was facing 30 years for a white collar crime. I learned quick, and I always tried to not mess with the government. I always paid my taxes. But I'm gonna tell you something. I learned quick. You don't play with the government. You just don't. They always win. Wanna know why? It's called Motorola, Canon, what's that one camera? Nikon, whatever the fuck it is. They got all the power of the camera and Motorola. And people's cell phones and cameras on every corner. They got the time. They got the patience. FBI followed me around for 3 years for this bullshit case of me and Christina. 3 years investigation. When I got the discovery, they were following me, didn't even know it. They were with me almost every day, taking pictures everywhere I went. I couldn't believe it. When I saw the photos, I go, holy shit, they were here? I was blown away. For that little crime, that's why they get a 96% conviction rate when they go for the indictment. That's how thorough they are. They don't play. If you're getting indicted for the government, you're probably going to go to prison. Very few people beat it, and 4% walk away with probation. And that's the statistics for the federal government. So a guy like me, I had a low recidivism. I'm saying it wrong. Recidivism. They do this scoring sheet right before you're going to get released. It's a computerized. If you do a bunch of questions, then you enter this stuff in the computer, and it kicks out the probability if I'll be a repeat offender. Mine was very low because of my age, and I didn't have a criminal history. So they came back and they go, we're gonna explain this to you. You're likely never to come back to prison. I said, well, that's good to hear. And he explained to me why. I go, can you tell me? I'm interested in it. And he said, well, 1, your age. 2, the crime you committed. Yes, to the government, but to the scoring system, you did a white-collar crime. You lied to the federal government. 3, you don't really got a criminal history, and you got a great work history. So you're likely not to ever come back and get in trouble again. And I said, amen to that, because you ain't lying. I won't even jaywalk. You know what I'm saying? So I'm jaywalking now, though. Don't tell nobody. You know what I'm saying? I love you guys. I didn't even look at the chat. I'm here back. The walk is open. I want to stay with you guys. We're talking. I'm gonna sit in the car in the air conditioning. Okay, cool off. Hang on. What's up, baby? How you doing? Huh? You okay? You mind if I just cool down for a minute? I love you.
You're sweaty.
Say hello, everybody.
Hi.
Oh, I need the keys. You got the keys. I just want to.
I gotta walk to the store.
Huh?
I gotta walk to the store.
You want me to drive you over there?
I need to come in here now.
Okay, okay. Are you and Kevin gonna walk?
Yeah.
All right. Let's try to cross the street. I just want to cool down for a minute.
Are you gonna wash the clothes?
Well, I'll put them in the car.
Okay.
Hang on, guys. I just gotta grab this basket. Kevin, bring this other basket with me. Go put it in the car. You guys gotta walk over. I just need the keys. Sorry, guys. Busier than I thought. Came at a bad time. I didn't want to leave her here by herself, but her brother was here, but he's mentally challenged, so, you know. Good guy, though. I love my brother a lot. Not just telling everybody, you're a big help. All right, hang on a second. Kevin, unlock that door for me, and I got to cool down. No, right here. Just hit the button. You know, right there. The button. Right there. That one over there. See? There you go, buddy. Now open the door for me. Thank you. Oh, no, you missed it. There we go. Hang on, people. Kevin, you got it? There we go. See how easy that was? Put the bag in there and go with Christine across the street. I just dropped my credit card. Damn, where did it go? All right, hang on, folks. All right, Kevin, just throw that in there. And go walk with your sister. I don't want to walk her by herself. She don't want me to drive, so it's only across the street. I'll stay here with the brothers. Get the AC on. Alright, put this phone here. Alright, so we walked an hour and 24 minutes, longest one yet. So now I get a chance to visit and talk with you guys. I know I did a lot. I hope you guys. What do you want me to do with this, honey? Hold it?
Yeah, it was in the dryer.
Oh, this mine?
Yeah.
Oh, it's my missing card. That's the one I've been missing that I called in and got a new one. So it was in one of my pants. That's why it was gone. I couldn't find it. Thank you. It's no good. I already canceled that card.
This over there. I mean, I got like towels in there.
I'm gonna come and help you.
I'm gonna walk across the street. I'm just saying, I don't want my shit to get stolen.
But they're in the dry, right? Okay, all right. And we brought. All right. I don't think it's gonna take me. I'm gonna go in there in 2 minutes. I just want to cool down for 2 minutes. Oh, I gotta cool down. I need air. All right. So, did you enjoy my story about my friend? I thought it was very interesting. I got, you know, I asked him, not the last time, because I didn't want to get a phone with him, but the time before I mentioned it to him, he said if I ever, you know, it's okay with him. You know, it just goes to show you, yes, drug dealing is bad. Any type of crime is bad. But when that's all your life is, you got no skills and they don't give you no outs and they don't help you up when you get out of it. You're forced. Good people are forced. He was a young kid that made a mistake at 17. Because of his 17-year-old crime, it turned into a life of crime. His sixth and final time nailed a double life. And I'll pull up the records and I'll show you. You know, he don't care. I'll ask him. You know, I'll show you his sentence. And sad. One of the saddest stories I've ever heard. But it was a good story to talk about. You know, because I did good. I didn't read the chat at all. I had to sit down. I got really winded and I got dizzy because I got myself hyped up from the other podcast because I was a little, you know. But we sat down 5 minutes. I walked all the way to Ybor, turned around, walked back. I showed everything.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, don't swear.
I mean, freak.
What happened?
That guy was supposed to be there at 5:30.
Which one? Oh. Really?
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh, for the yes. Okay,
Can you in that real quick and like when you're done, and then we can maybe run there?
Yeah, we fold the rest of the clothes at home. Why don't we just do that?
It's not even folding yours.
I don't care. If mine are dry, I'll fold mine.
They're not dry. They're in the washer.
Oh, mine are still in the washer.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. All right. Well, damn it. Because she asked us if we could meet because they were going to deliver her supplies. She said he was going to be here 5:30. Oh man, she's going to be mad. The lady downstairs that runs the store, she had to go close early and go get her grandkids. She said she was waiting for delivery for the hair salon. And she's a nice lady. We take her garbage bins out for her because she's an old lady. We help her with that on Tuesdays. And so anything she asks, I don't mind. Because, she'll cut my hair and she'll give me a great discount. So I don't mind, I'm right upstairs, Kevin goes out and takes the car. So, man, I hope she don't get mad. Well, I had to do my walk. That's the first time. So anyhow, I thought it was a good story. I don't know, was there any, I don't know, I don't think there was anything. Anybody give anything? I didn't even look at the chat. Oh yeah, there was some. All right, I missed some.
Listen, we gotta run there real quick. We're just gonna have to leave our stuff here for a minute. He's there.
All right.
Jump in, Kevin.
Oh, I hope my clothes.
Listen, they're what? We just turned on.
I'm driving, guys, so I'm gonna stay. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it'll be fine.
Oh my God, this is funny. This is too funny.
Nothing new.
Yeah, I know. So I have to drive back to this facility, back to my house real quick. It's just right down the road.
I gotta run up there.
And we got to unlock them, put the supplies in there. So we promise. So it wouldn't be right, And so I'm risking right now of my laundry that's in the wash. One of the hobos are gonna take it and walk off with it.
You got your house.
So if I am desperately begging for donations in an hour, it's because I have no underwear, no socks.
Yeah.
This is the truth. I'm gonna laugh about this one. I already got my laundry taken once. Oh my God! I'm gonna have literally all my laundry here. I got my dress clothes, my Sunday clothes. I know all my underwear, socks, and my T-shirts are in there. So help, Mayday! Dabblever's gonna have to help me out. No, I'm sure I'll be all right. I'm just kidding. That would be. Whoa! Where did my ear go down like that?
It does that. You know that.
No, not like that. Oh, there we go. That's air conditioner blows ice cold. So I'm driving, and I'm not gonna look. I'm a good driver. So you guys just bear with me. I'm gonna read these super chats. I don't know how many I got. I don't even know if they're. I just start scrolling. I don't know what I got in super chats because I don't get the box like they do it in StreamYard to know. I don't even know if anybody does. So we got Mr. Chomper. I'm gonna stop at the light. I'll read this one.
Will you read it?
No, I don't want to take the phone out because I don't want it to stay there. Because I can read it when we stop at the light. Or I can wait till we get to the house. We're only 7 blocks, 8 blocks from the house. But anyhow, Mr. Chomper said, thank you for the $2. Gave John my final chat. Oh, I got to put my glasses on for this. And told him, I'm Team Joey C. Good for you. Thank you. That means a lot. Mr. Chomper, I see that you help a lot of podcasts. You're definitely a good person. I appreciate you. The one thing I didn't understand with John, okay, I know John is John. We all know John is John. We all know that. We all know what he is. We all know he's the biggest bragger in the world. He's hanging on to something that he don't want to let go. That I understand that part. I think a lot of you understand that part. He had cool jobs. He was a big deal. He did a lot of stuff. He brown nosed a lot of stuff. Probably. Did he luck into it? Probably. Was he really talented? I don't know. I never really saw his stand-up. I don't know. Never watched any of his movies. I just know that he's a good bullshitter. He's got a gift of gab. So if you got that, you could put anything together and scheme anything. He got lucky and he made some good money with the night show. Not Jay Leno money, but he made a lot of money. Whether he really invested that money, like he claims, the Howard Stern people say he did lock a lot down with that stockbroker that Howard got mad about. And made some good investments, and they claim he is a smart guy. So a lot of people do claim he's smart. I don't know where anymore, but I guess at one time he was pretty good with numbers and all that stuff. But was he a good teacher? I don't know. I don't.
Do you have a house keys for your runs?
Yes, I do. Oh, they're on the car. I'll get my. I know as much about John except the fact that I've had a lot of more personal phone calls with him, and off of the Dabbleverse, and I've had a lot of drunk nights where John's called me drunk and. Where he's been flirtatious, trying to with my wife, and get stupid with me, and And sometimes he'll call and he just almost sounds like he's crying, so I got to learn him pretty good. But at the end of the day, he makes his own bed. He really does. And he could avoid so much stuff with you guys. Because I think generally you guys love John. What?
Nothing.
And I think a lot of people do. I mean, they do. They're fans. I think he does have a lot of fans on that. I just could never go back to a show. I don't want to associate with him. He did me wrong and insulted my wife, and those are fighting. I got to take the car. Hang on, guys. Here.
Just give me the keys?
I'm giving you the keys to the house, yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm going to have you run across the street to the bank real quick, but it's fine. What are you doing?
All right. This is not my doing. She always does stuff for this lady, and I don't mind helping, but they go overboard. People take advantage, and it makes her happy, so I don't argue. I'm an easygoing guy. As long as I don't got to do no major work, I've paid my dues in my life. I don't want to do no major work. I don't. I go grocery shopping. I carry the groceries. I cook. I worked a solid 30-something years of my life. I paid my taxes. I'm retired, and I got health issues. I'm very stickler about that. I don't mind. And here's the lady coming back now. Or is that the guy that's coming with the supply? I don't know. Let me get out of their way. This is my brother-in-law's mentally challenged. He leaves my door open. I gotta go close the door. Hang on. Oh my God. What's the phrase to pay? Huh? What's the phrase? You all know this place. Motherfucking parking lot. My motherfucking parking lot. My raised dollars, motherfucking. This is my parking lot. I'm in my parking lot. My van right there. My Chrysler. My van. It's a wheelchair accessible van I bought. It's got the doors that open electronically. It's got the wheelchair ramp. It's got all the stuff to lock the wheelchair in there. I thought, man, I'll start carting around poor wheelchair people and maybe get an account and charge the Medicaid. And then I start thinking, man, that might be dangerous. What if I overbill and I get in trouble? They'll get me for overbill and put me in federal prison for that. So I said, nah, I'm staying retired. You know what I mean? I like this Joe. I like laughing. You guys stay here and I like it. Thank you. A lot of people. I didn't read no chat today, but I did good. What's that? Oh, I don't want that, buddy. I don't want that. No. I got water. I need. Appreciate it. I haven't drank soda in a couple weeks now, Kevin. I'm done with it. Thank you. I'll get a water. I'll get a water. I think I gotta go to the store because I drank the last one before I walked. I got the last one right here in my pocket. So I got plenty right here. I'll go get a case across the street after I'm done. He means well. He drinks. He's mentally challenged and declared mentally challenged. So he would be a nice man. He doesn't pay attention. I've told him 100 times. The soda now is all yours. I don't drink it, and I have stayed true to it. So, Mr. Chopper, we read that. Now, I don't know if there was anything. A lot of people. Here's another one. Okay, we're gonna read some. I don't know what was here. I know, and I think they understand me doing a walk and talk screen. George, thanks for that. Joey, you're an inspiration. Keep it up. That right there is worth $1 million to me. And I like being this guy. I like talking, man. I can do this all night. If I can stay up all night, I just sit on here all night and stream and just talk with you guys and just talk and just tell stories and talk and interact with you guys. I would do that. I'm gonna do that. I want to do that. I think that'd be cool. I'm a personable person, I like doing that. Let's see if I missed anything else. I don't know how far back this is gonna go. I don't know. That's as far as I can go back. I don't know if there was any more. If there were any more, I apologize. I'm sorry if I missed anybody. I really didn't want to get in confrontation with any trolls, and I wanted to put it in a serious walk today. So let's go to Mr. P and choose for it. Goes to Mr. P. I think we already read this. Your backyard has more money in junk cars than you have in your crap apartment. Well, okay, well, I got very nice furniture in my apartment, nice rugs. My cars are, this is an Infiniti. That's a Chrysler van. That one time the Chrysler was top of the line, criminal crop, you know, all the bells. This Infiniti has got a lot of power. It's pretty decent shape. You know, it runs excellent. So yeah, whatever you say, buddy. I'm doing pretty bad, I guess. Yeah, my backyard. I don't have a backyard, son. So again, you know, a guy that don't do no investigating, just wants to run his mouth. Another guy that hides behind his fake name. So have a nice day. Appreciate the compliment. All right. Goes to his feet, two-faced coward. Rochi is a coward. You know, here's the best part. These guys pin each other and argue with each other to one to acts like he's on my side. That's the best. That's the funniest part of all. I laugh at. They really think they're better and smarter. I love it. Okay, welcome to the live. I think I went too far. Okay. Show your toes. So this guy, does he want to suck my toes? Is that what he said? He wants to suck my toes? I got all my toes, sir. No amputation. I got all my thighs. I got all my legs. I got all my feet. I got all my fingers. I got all my I agree, eh? I agree. I think that that. No, no fake, nothing. Okay? I got all my hair, my real hair. Yes, I started dyeing it. I got a little bit too gray, trying to make myself feel better. I never thought I would have to be dyeing. I'm getting gray. I got a lot of gray, so I do dye my hair. I'm not ashamed to tell you. I dye my hair. So I'm just being a human being. Joey, you don't have toes. Yes, I do. I sure do. I have all my toes. Fear the claw. The claw of what? Mr. P is a cold coward. Okay, well, you know, you're right. You're hitting that. Mr. P is a coward, and you're a coward too. So don't just say your friends are coward. You got to admit you're one too. You guys, all that group of you guys are all cowards. But you're getting better. You're getting better. At least you're telling which one of your friends are cowards. But you're a coward too. So you should be a man and say that. Nobody's gonna dislike you any worse. It's a two-faced coward. Go to Checkers and order a burger, you poor. Yeah, I'm a poor. Yeah, but you know what? But I'm happy. How much money you got, Mr. P? Probably less than me, I would bet. You gotta bake yourself look good. Joey lives in basically a tent. No, I live in a nice apartment. They're very nice apartments above the strip mall. Hey, it works for me. I love it. 3 hots and a cot. Every homeless guy I know loves getting locked. That's a fact. That's no lie. That's very well put. Who said that? Colin Madden. When I was in jail and I saw these old homeless, you could tell they're homeless. I go, man, what'd you get? Oh, trespassing. I go, in some counties, they need like $200 to bail out. You gotta be, no, I'm gonna stay here all winter. I gotta get 3 hots and a cots and then I go back out in spring. And that's true. He's 100. They purposely, when it starts getting cold out, they get busted purposely. They trespass. All they do is go simple trespass somewhere that they're not allowed on, and they're waiting for the police to take them. It's a win-win for them. I respect them for that. You know, that's a smart move. They got to do something. You know. Joey has seen the poster yet? No, I haven't seen the poster. I don't care about the poster because you're a lie and there's no poster. And if there was, who cares? Because they're not true. It's a lie. So, how about we'll flag down a cop and I'll have him run me ID. I'll have him do it live and say that there's no, I don't want to make you look ridiculous. I think I've done that enough to you guys. I mean, you should be ashamed of yourself. Aren't you afraid that the Queen's going to dishonor you in any way, Rochi? Don't you? Aren't you a laughing stock of Britain and the Prince, or the King and the Queen? They're gonna lock you up because you're a fraud, or you think because you do it to Americans you get away with it? I don't think the Queen and your King would appreciate that. You're a bad boy, and you should be beheaded. I think I'm going to write your Queen and King and have them behead you. I think that's what I'm going to ask for lying. There's got to be a crime in your country. You cannot lie. What do you think? Yep, I'm going to write your Queen and King. That's where you're going. I'm writing your King and Queen. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I can't take it no more, Rochi. I can't take it. I can't take it, man. I just can't. Okay? You're killing me here. You're killing me. Crackheads used to be friendly. What happened, man? What? Dream man. Crackhead. I'm not a crackhead, number one, if you're talking about me. That might be you talking about your mother and your father. So if you're talking about them, I'm sorry that they're crackheads. I'm sorry that you got the worst end of the deal. But I know you're not talking about me, because I don't do crack. But, all right. So you better go direct yourself to your own parents. Not this one. What's going on with the settlement, Joey? Well, when I kind of talked a little bit about it in December, or at the beginning of December, My lawyer had called me the day before and said, you're almost done. By the end of December, early part of January, we should be in the clear. And we're going to put, everything's done. We're going to tell them what we want, and then they're going to come back with an offer, and then we'll call you, and, you know, what we're asking and what they're probably going to come back with. I think you'll be happy. Okay, I'm cool. I'm ready. January gets it. I call, nothing. She calls me a couple weeks ago and says, it's going to take a little bit longer. And I go, why? Here's what, what's here. When I hired them, when they came to me to take the case, my first thing to them was, the very first thing I uttered out of my mouth was, you know I've been to federal prison for lying. Yes, you told me. I got it all right here. You understand what that means? That when they know that they can't win, that's the trump card they're going to use. And that's what they did. We want to get more further investigated. He was convicted by the federal government for making a lie. So how do we know he's not lying here? That's the trump card to pull. And my lawyer looked at me, well, I didn't think they would do it. And I go, I was nuts that day. I said, you know what, I ought to fire you. Well, if you feel that way, I just don't know what we're going to do here. But, you know, I got to do my job now. I go, what did you just say to me? It went from this to now you're saying, there's no fight. Of course they're going to use that. I've been fourth upcoming, and I took lie detector tests and everything, and I won. So I beat everything. So for what they gave me. So, you know, my lawyer, I made a mistake, but in the end, okay. I think it'll be okay.
This hotel.
Because I got on her ass a couple times. So I just gotta wait. Hopefully it'll be soon. That's all I can say. And there's no way I could. There's no way, impossibility, even a shape point that would get dropped. It's an impossibility that can't happen. They'll play the rope-a-dope. That they can do. But in the long run, it's just going to cost them more. So that's fine. I'll just have to stay where I'm at, where I don't want to be a little longer. And then my day will come. That's why I got to stay healthy, so I'm living when this happens. You know? So, but I anticipate by spring, because I told the firm that I don't see a result sometime done by March. It's, you know, I'm back at a plan B. I'll go and do a settlement myself. I'll go to them myself and be my own lawyer, and I'll take a little less, and they'll be happy. I will do that to my lawyer. I will screw them if they screw me. I will do that. I'll go on my own, drop the lawyer, and go talk with them on my own. That I will do. And I already told them that, and they know I'm serious, so they're not going to risk that. They're not going to risk their share, 33%. No, they're not. That's what they get, 33%. So I told them, you better start earning your money. My right, you technically have already voided out my contract with you because you failed me. When I already told her, and I'm not even a lawyer, that this is what's probably they're going to use at the end when it comes time to pay it. What did they do? Exactly what I said. And her answer to me was, I didn't think they would go that route. No, there again, common sense, too much book smarts. Huh? Okay, well.
I'll just be back as soon as I
So, I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to stay with you guys till I get there. I appreciate everybody hanging out. It's been going up and down. I know yesterday when the video ended, it gives me because I'm doing it on my phone. When I kill the feed, it gives me a YouTube thing. The screen is YouTube with stats and analytics. And yesterday when we closed that stream, and I went in the house and I streamed it on half of my home computer, 722. That's how many people viewed that video when I was live yesterday. That's a fact. And that's a proven fact. Because YouTube will tell you, if you don't see them at chat, that don't mean they're not viewing the show. There's a lot of countries that don't have phones and they don't go in chat rooms. As long as they're got the show on, it's considered a live view count. So 700 and some people. That's the highest for me ever.
You get there to stop at the front, so I get right out.
It's true. The stream was a great idea. You guys gave me the idea. Someone in the chat gave me. It was a wonderful idea. People are getting into it. Some people are doing the walk. Some people are liking it. This was a good idea to stream. I finally found something that comes to a happy medium with you guys, that you guys enjoyed, and I'm glad. Even a dog needs a little warm piece of the sidewalk. So I deserve to, as hard as I work to have a hit of a podcast at one point. I'm not saying that it's been a struggle, but this one's a winner. I like it. It's a I am right here. This one's a home run. I feel it. We're gonna do this for a long time. I love it. Enjoy it. So, you need my help? I don't care if you fold my stuff because I don't care about that. I'm not a guy. I don't care. You don't have to fancy fold my stuff. Throw it in the drawer. I don't care. Just throw my underwear on, my socks. I don't care. I don't need to look fancy. Less work for them. So let me read a couple more things. Man, I just put gas in. I'm running this car. Gets good gas sponsor. All right, should take a Joey as a mentor. Okay. So this is what I wanted to fully read. This was done by Colin Madden. Bauer should take on Joey as a mentor. I would like to. I don't know who this Bauer guy is. Is he in a Dabblever? Who is this Bauer guy? I don't know him. Never. Is that the guy Melton talks about all the time? Should take on Joey as a mentor. He lives in a war zone, and he's not a bit afraid to walk it. I'm not afraid. I'll do this at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'll stream 3 o'clock in the morning doing this when everything's closing and all the rats are out trying to steal and rob you. I don't give a hell. Then you might actually see me get in a fight. I'll fight them. I'll carry a club. You don't know. I'll crack their head open. I don't care. They might beat my ass, but I'm going to crack their head open. I think I'm proud of you, Chomper. Give it up, John. John's going to lose everybody in the end. He's just sad, man. Sad. I'm glad he told Stevie Lou off, though. Stevie Lou, I never knew that he would talk bad about me, but he turned out to be not too nice of a guy. I'm disappointed in him. And he ain't nothing. Ray fucking bounced. I love it, Ray. You ain't a comedian. Don't you ever talk to me. Ever if I'm with one of my comedian colleagues. You understand me? You understand me, Stevie Lou? Did you understand him, Stevie Lou? He told you not to talk to him. Remember when I judged you? He told you to say hello. Who the frick are you, Stevie Lou? You look like a chipmunk. Your head's shaped like a chipmunk. You're like 50 pounds underweight. You look like a twig. I'm probably got a 100-pound drop on you. I'd crush you like a grape. In my condition. Give a shit if you're 6'5" or not. Don't mean shit to me. If you're ever in Florida, look me up. I'll show you. I'll teach you what an old man can do. I know you're tired. I can see it in your face. I'm going to wrap this up. I don't, like I said, but that's all I see in chats. I don't know. Everybody, I thank you. Don't forget tonight, the Alpha Shot Lounge, 10:45. Venom Spider, lovely Mrs. C. Tomorrow's a members only stream. I don't know the time yet. We're 170 strong, unless I got anything tonight I see. We need 30 more to make 200. That's all I'm pushing for, is to hit the 200 mark. And then it's all been coming naturally. All I've been is just putting it out there. People have been so generous. I thank you guys for bringing home this walk and talk thing is going to be a big winner, and I thank you guys. You guys wanted it. I'm doing it. We're all getting healthy. I'll talk to you guys later. Who knows? I might pop on later. All right? See you guys, man. Love you, man. Thank you for everything. Bye-bye.